There comes a quiet moment in every life when you pause, look around, and hope that someone might hear the silence within you. The silence that carries your pain, your questions, your silent prayers. But you find no one there, not because people are unkind, but because each person is wandering through their own fog, carrying storms invisible to the world. At first, this truth feels heavy. You realize no one will ever fully understand the depth of your journey. But slowly, this realization softens into something liberating. Because when you stop waiting for someone else to carry your burdens, you awaken to your own strength. You become the one who holds yourself with quiet dignity. This is the essence of the Buddhist path. No blame, no silent pleading, no resentment, just a deep and powerful responsibility for your own heart. Peace does not arrive as a gift from others. It blooms when you begin to master your own mind, your own reactions, your own path. And that is the greatest freedom we can ever taste. Lesson 1. Embrace the silent truth. This journey is yours alone. There is a truth in life that cuts deeper than any blade, yet carries a liberation beyond any freedom. You walk your path alone. You may be surrounded by friends, family, and those who love you deeply, but the inner landscape of your pain and growth remains yours to navigate. No one else can feel the silent storms that rage within your chest. No one else lies awake at night with your restless thoughts. No one, not even those who adore you, can take your steps towards healing, awakening, or freedom. This journey is yours, and yours alone. Even Siddhartha, before he became the Buddha, had to leave behind every comfort he knew: his palace, his titles, his loved ones. He walked into the forest alone, sat beneath the Bodhi tree in profound stillness, and faced his suffering without waiting for someone to rescue him, motivate him, or validate his pain. He simply sat, in silence, with open eyes and an unflinching heart. That silence was not punishment, it was the turning point of his life. For Buddhism teaches that suffering is born from craving what reality cannot give us. And one of our deepest cravings is the hope that someone else will fix what is broken within us. But no one can. They may care. They may stand beside you. They may whisper comforting words. But they cannot crawl into the hidden chambers of your soul and carry your pain away. This is your sacred task, your healing, your transformation, your liberation. The sooner you release the expectation that others will rescue you or fully understand your wounds, the sooner you reclaim your power. For it is in the stillness of aloneness that your truest strength is born. Every time you face your fears without running, every time you sit with your pain without numbing, you sharpen the silent sword of your spirit. You build an inner stillness that no praise, no crowd, no love from the outside can ever give. So do not see solitude as suffering. See it as sacred. Your pain does not need others' validation to be real. Your growth does not need others' applause to be meaningful. When you walk bravely into your inner world, embracing the reality that no one else can walk it for you, you uncover a deep reservoir of resilience and peace that cannot be taken away. You are alone in your battle not because the world has abandoned you, but because this is the nature of true transformation. Aloneness is not the absence of people, it is the presence of self. And within that presence lies the first step towards enlightenment. Lesson 2. Your pain is yours to transform. Pain. It arrives uninvited in every life, wearing countless faces. Sometimes it enters as childhood wounds that echo through the years. Sometimes it comes as heartbreak, betrayal, failure, or silent battles that no one will ever witness. But while pain is a universal visitor, what you do with it is yours alone to decide. Buddhism never promises a life without pain. It does not teach us to escape it or to numb ourselves until we no longer feel. Instead, it offers us something far greater: the courage to turn towards pain with unflinching awareness, to look at it without blaming the world and without drowning in self-pity. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us that suffering is not rooted in pain itself, but in our resistance to it. Each time you whisper, "Why me?" or "This shouldn't be happening," you wrap your wounds in another layer of suffering, a mental prison built from stories of unfairness and helplessness. And in that prison, healing becomes impossible. Yes, you may have been betrayed. You may have been left behind by those you trusted. You may carry scars from words spoken carelessly or love withdrawn suddenly. That pain is real. But the longer you hold on to the hope that someone else will make it right, the longer you remain bound to it. Healing begins at the moment you turn inward and say, "This pain is mine. I will sit with it. I will understand it. I will learn what it has come to teach me." In that moment, you take your first step towards freedom. Self-responsibility in Buddhism is not harshness, it is empowerment. It does not mean blaming yourself for the wounds inflicted upon you. It means realizing only you can choose how long you will carry them. Others may apologize. Life may shift. But peace does not arrive until you choose to open the door to it. You can sit quietly with your pain, feeling its edges without fear. You can watch it rise and fall in your body like waves on the ocean. You can soften it with compassion, patience, and gentle mindfulness. But no one else can walk into your heart and do this work for you. Waiting for someone to fix your wounds is like waiting for the river to flow only when you command it. Life moves as it will. People act as they do. But your peace, that is your sacred task. And here lies the hidden blessing. While you may not be responsible for what broke you, you are entirely responsible for what you build from the broken pieces. When you begin to own your pain, you awaken to a truth that reshapes your life. You are not a victim trapped in life's cruelty. You are a student in life's sacred school. Every scar becomes a page of wisdom. Every wound becomes a doorway to depth. So the next time blame rises within you, pause, breathe deeply, sit in silent courage and whisper to your heart, "This pain is mine to transform. My peace is mine to build. I will carry this pain with mindfulness and grace until the day I no longer need to carry it at all." This is the path of healing, the path of freedom, the silent, unwavering path of the Buddha. Lesson 3. Let your results speak in silence. In this noisy world, it has become so easy to talk about our struggles, our dreams, and the battles we carry within. Words flow effortlessly when we complain about how life is unfair or how deeply we wish for change. But beneath these words often lies emptiness, because while complaining feels like action, it is merely an echo that keeps us standing still. Buddhism teaches us that true transformation does not come through words alone. It blooms in silence, watered by discipline, effort, and quiet practice. The Buddha did not awaken beneath the Bodhi tree by blaming the world for its suffering. He did not spend his days talking endlessly about life's injustices. Instead, he turned inward. He sat in stillness. He meditated, observed, and listened to the silent truths of existence. From that silence came clarity. From clarity, wisdom. And from wisdom, compassionate action. Everyone carries burdens. Life will always have moments of unfairness, heartbreak, and silent wounds no one else can see. It is natural to wish to share them, to seek understanding. But when sharing becomes constant complaining, when you repeat your pains like a chant to the world, you drain your own spirit. Sympathy might soothe for a moment, but it does not move you forward on your path. Your energy is sacred. Each breath, each thought, each intention, they are seeds of creation. Buddhism teaches us mindfulness not only of breath, but of where we place our energy. When all your words are spent on what is wrong, you leave no space to build what is right. When you focus on excuses and complaints, you pause the unfolding of your potential. Real growth is quiet. It happens in unseen dawns when you sit in meditation before the world awakens. It happens in silent choices, when you remain calm amidst provocation. It happens in those hours when you study, reflect, and train your mind alone, without praise or witness. And then, Like a lotus rising slowly through dark waters, your results begin to bloom. You become calmer. You radiate quiet strength. Your focus sharpens. Your presence deepens. People will sense something has shifted within you, but you will not need to explain. Your stillness will speak. Your discipline will speak. Your peace will speak louder than any words ever could. Understand this truth. Most people are too entangled in their own struggles to carry yours. Not because they are unkind, but because life is heavy for everyone. Instead of hoping for rescue, show them what it looks like to rescue yourself. Instead of proving your pain, prove your resilience. Instead of shouting about how hard life is, demonstrate how steady your mind has become. Every moment spent in complaint is a moment lost for growth. Every excuse is a brick left unused in building the foundation of your awakening. So choose the Buddhist way, the way of silent mastery. Speak less, complain less, focus more, build more. Let your quiet transformation become your loudest voice. Let your unwavering peace become your greatest victory. Lesson 4. Free yourself from the trap of validation. There exists a silent suffering that slips through life unnoticed, the craving to be seen, approved of, and praised by others. Without realizing it, so many measure their worth by counting the eyes that notice them, the voices that agree with them, the hands that applaud their efforts. But Buddhism calls this what it truly is: a subtle trap, binding you to endless dissatisfaction. When you place your peace in the hands of others, you hand them power over your spirit. Praise lifts you into fleeting joy. Criticism shatters you into despair. You become a trembling branch in the winds of opinion, unstable, reactive, fragile. For you have built your happiness upon something as impermanent as morning mist, the shifting thoughts of human minds. The Buddha taught that freedom lies in non-attachment. Just as we release our clinging to possessions or people, so too must we release our attachment to being admired. For what rises will surely fall. Today they celebrate you. Tomorrow they may forget you exist. Today their words lift you. Tomorrow those same lips may condemn you. If your peace depends upon their applause, then your peace will forever belong to them, not to you. Pause and reflect. How many times have you silenced your truth out of fear of rejection? How often have you shaped your words to win approval, rather than to speak from the depth of what you know is right? Each of these moments is a quiet betrayal of your own soul. This is not freedom. This is bondage, wearing the mask of acceptance. Buddhism invites you to awaken from this silent slavery. You do not need crowds to confirm your worth. You do not need likes or followers to prove your value. You are already complete, not because others say so, but because you exist, because you breathe, because within you lives an awareness untouched by praise or blame. That awareness, that still, silent presence within, is where your true value resides. And here is the paradox. When you finally release your need for validation, you gain something infinitely greater: self-respect. Your life becomes an authentic expression rather than a desperate performance. You walk with quiet confidence, speak with clear truth, and act with unwavering integrity. Ironically, it is when you no longer seek approval that people are most drawn to your presence, for your peace radiates louder than any words. So let go of the need to be understood. Let go of the hunger to be applauded. Speak what is true, not what is popular. Do what is right, not what is praised. Live each day quietly, mindfully, and sincerely. For the less you need from others, the more unbreakable you become. Validation is a trap. Liberation begins the moment you step beyond it and stand firmly in the truth of who you are. Lesson 5. Release the weight of expectations. Expectation. It is one of the most silent yet powerful destroyers of peace. It slips into your mind unnoticed, whispering how others should treat you, how life should unfold, how each moment should match the script you have secretly written. And while you may not realize it, each unspoken expectation binds you to silent suffering. In the Buddhist path, expectation is seen as a form of attachment, and wherever attachment lives, suffering follows close behind. You offer kindness and quietly expect it in return. You stand with loyalty and hope loyalty will stand beside you. You give love with the hidden desire that it will be mirrored back in the form you crave. And when life does not reflect your expectations, you feel betrayed, disappointed, wounded. But reality does not move according to our silent demands. People are who they are, not who we wish them to be. Life unfolds in its own mysterious dance, untouched by our imagined scripts. The more tightly you cling to how things should be, the more you suffer when they are not. The Buddha's wisdom is clear. Freedom begins the moment expectation ends. Letting go of expectation is not about lowering your standards or ceasing to care. It is about releasing the invisible chains that tie your happiness to life, moving according to your plans. When you step into life with openness instead of demands, you begin to flow with its rhythm. Disappointments no longer shake you so deeply. Compassion rises within you, for you no longer punish others for not reading your mind or fulfilling your silent hopes. Reflect for a moment. How often has your peace been stolen, not by what actually happened, but by what you expected to happen? You thought they would call, but silence arrived instead. You thought they would stand beside you, but they stepped away. You believed life would be fair, only to find unfairness waiting at your door. And in that gap between reality and expectation, suffering is born. Buddhism teaches us to let go of these illusions, to give with no demand to receive, to help without needing recognition, to love without binding that love to how it must be returned. Why? Because true peace does not arise from the world outside. It blooms within you when you no longer demand that life must follow your designs. Silencing your expectations does not mean you become cold or indifferent. It means you enter life with eyes wide open, accepting its imperfections, its changes, its unpredictability. And in that acceptance, peace returns. You stop saying, "They should have," or "It should have been," and instead whisper to yourself, "It is what it is, and I will meet it with presence, not resistance." And when you do this, life begins to reveal a hidden beauty. You suffer less. Disappointments lose their sharpness. Gratitude arises more often. You begin to see the quiet miracles in what is, instead of mourning what isn't. This is the heart of Buddhist wisdom, not to escape the world, but to free yourself from the mental chains that bind you to sorrow. So walk into each moment with awareness, not demands. Release your grip on how people should behave. Let go of how life should unfold, and watch as your peace returns to you like a silent blessing. In that stillness, you will discover a quiet power, a power that no disappointment can ever shake. Lesson 6. Find stillness in a world that never pauses. One of life's most sobering truths is this: the world does not stop for your pain. No matter how shattered your heart feels, the sun will still rise over silent cities. People will hurry to work, traffic lights will flicker, conversations will flow. Life moves forward, whether or not you are ready to move with it. At first, this truth feels harsh, almost cold, but within it lies a quiet invitation to freedom. Because once you accept that the world will not pause for your sorrow, you stop waiting for it to care, and you begin to focus on how you will respond instead. There is a tender illusion within every human heart, the hope that when we suffer, the world will notice, that someone will step in to fix what feels broken, that life itself will pause to honor our grief. But Buddhism teaches that this very expectation deepens our wounds. For the world, in its ceaseless dance, is not cruel. It is simply absorbed in its own unfolding. The Buddha himself never expected the world to bend for his suffering. He did not beg for someone to understand his loneliness beneath the Bodhi tree. He did not wait for perfect conditions to awaken. Instead, he accepted life's nature, impermanent, unpredictable, indifferent. And in that acceptance, he found unshakable freedom. Peace arrived not because the world changed, but because he did. When you realize that the world will not halt for your grief, a gentle strength is born within you. You no longer feel like a victim of its indifference. You stop seeking rescue and begin the sacred work of rescuing yourself. You choose to heal, not to be seen or applauded, but because you deserve the quiet dignity of your own peace. This does not mean your pain is insignificant. Buddhism honors every feeling with compassion, especially your own suffering. But the teaching is clear. You must become your own refuge, because the world outside will never be stable enough to carry your peace for you. People will leave, plans will dissolve, seasons will change before your eyes. If your peace is tied to these shifting tides, you will be torn apart again and again. So meet reality with mindfulness. Do not ask life to ease its storms, become stronger within them. Do not beg the seasons to remain unchanged. Learn to bend and bloom with their flow. Release the illusion that your suffering must be witnessed to be real. Trust that your silent courage is enough. Each morning you rise when your spirit feels heavy. Each day you continue your journey when no one sees your quiet perseverance. You walk the timeless path of the wise. Life will keep moving. Time will carry on its silent march. The greatest freedom is not found in trying to slow the world down, but in finding stillness within yourself as everything moves around you. This is the heart of Buddhist practice, not to control life, but to master your response to it. Not to expect the world to pause for your pain, but to flow through life with awareness, dignity, and peace. Accept this truth with courage. The world moves on, with or without you. And when you do, you will move with it, not in resistance, but in wisdom, balance, and a peace that nothing can ever take away. Lesson 7. Transform rejection into inner fuel. Rejection, it strikes quietly yet deeply, touching the tender parts of who we are. Whether you are ignored, dismissed, excluded, or made to feel unworthy, rejection stings in places words can rarely reach. It leaves behind silent echoes of unworthiness, loneliness, and self-doubt. But in Buddhism, rejection is never punishment. It is a teacher in disguise, an unseen guide pointing you away from illusions and towards your true path. From childhood, we are conditioned to crave acceptance from parents, friends, teachers, society itself. We want to belong, to be chosen, to hear yes. And when life hands us a no, it feels like a piece of our worth has been stripped away. But here is a truth Buddhism teaches with profound clarity. Rejection does not define your worth. It simply redirects your journey. What does not choose you is not always a loss. Often, it is silent protection. Buddhist wisdom invites us to release our attachment to needing approval from the world. Your purpose in life is not to be chosen by everything and everyone. Your purpose is to walk the path meant for you. Whether anyone notices or not, whether there is applause or silence, if someone turns away, if a door closes before you, if your efforts go unseen, it does not mean you are less. It simply means life is guiding you inward to discover your own approval first. Think of the lotus flower. It blooms in muddy waters, untouched by the dirt that surrounds it. Rejection is that mud. It feels cold, uncomfortable, and heavy. But it is often the very condition that forces your roots to grow deeper, your stem to rise taller, your petals to open with silent grace. Use rejection as fuel, not to prove others wrong, but to build something unbreakable within yourself. Each time someone leaves, let it be a moment to return to yourself. Each time you hear you're not enough, let it sharpen your discipline, clarity, and mindfulness. You do not need to be chosen by others to choose yourself. Remember, even the Buddha was rejected. Not everyone understood his teachings. Many dismissed his journey. Some mocked him. Yet he remained unmoved, not because he was praised, but because he was anchored in his presence. His path was not validated by the crowd. It was walked alone, with patience and silent strength. You are not here to be liked by all. You are here to awaken. When rejection arrives, your ego will whisper, "They don't like me. I am not good enough. I failed." But Buddhism invites you to rise above this drama and ask deeper questions. What is this teaching me? Where is this guiding me to grow? What attachment is this freeing me from? In these questions, pain transforms into purpose. The wound becomes wisdom. Use rejection to grow kinder towards yourself. Let it focus your mind, removing distractions of who did not believe in you. Let it guide you inward, where true peace has always waited. For the less you crave to be chosen, the stronger you become. The less you chase validation, the more you walk your true path. And one day, people will wonder how you became so calm, so steady, so grounded. They will assume life was easy for you. But you will know, it was rejection, solitude, and unseen struggles that shaped your spirit, carved your silence, and built your power. So when life says no, do not take it as a final ending. Take it as fuel. Take it as a gentle reminder that what rejects you was never yours to hold. What is meant for you will never close its doors, and what rejects you is unworthy of your soul's peace. Release it. Let it guide you inward. Let it strengthen your stillness. For rejection is rarely an end. It is often the beginning of your truest, highest path. The one where you no longer beg to be seen, but finally begin to see yourself. This is the journey of a mindful warrior. This is the way of the lotus. This is the essence of Buddhist wisdom, turning every no into a deeper, more powerful yes within your own heart. Conclusion. In the end, life will test you with rejection, loneliness, unfulfilled expectations, and silent battles that no one else will ever see. But within each of these challenges lies an invitation to awaken, to return to yourself, to find a peace that is no longer dependent on praise, on validation, or on life moving according to your plans. This is the quiet power of Buddhist wisdom. Not to make life easier, but to make your mind unshakable. Not to change the world around you, but to discover stillness within, so you can move through every storm with grace. Remember, you are not here to be chosen by all. You are here to awaken. You are here to become the lotus that blooms untouched by the mud. You are here to walk the path of the wise, quietly, patiently, with a strength that no rejection can ever take away. If this message touched your heart today, take a deep breath and remind yourself, your peace is your responsibility, and your awakening is your purpose. If you found wisdom in these teachings, subscribe to our channel for more Buddhist insights that guide you back home to